Namaskara, the South Indian is here. You know what? Religion is very, very important in any country and particularly in India, whether it is religion or faith. And of late, the politicization of religion has become a norm rather than an exception. But there are certain things which are actually sacred cows. There are certain aspects of our religion which actually no one should touch. That is my personal belief, and it could be any religion. Whether it's this or that, whatever is under the constitution, we need to show reverence, we need to show respect. But what happens when some of us actually lose track of that particular thought? Ladies and gentlemen, let's mince no words and say it aloud. The consecration and inauguration of the Ram temple in Ayodhya is the biggest political event this new year, and the Bharatiya Janata Party shall rightfully take full credit for it. There are hectic activities going on in Ayodhya, even as the city gets ready for the biggest religio-political event of the year. For the Congress party, however, it is a conundrum. Like Dr. Shashi Tharoor said, and I am quoting him here, if you go, that means you are playing into the hands of the BJP. If you don't go, that means you are anti-Hindu. This is nonsense, says Dr. Tharoor. But you know, he is very well actually defined what the Congress party is going through right now. That dilemma is also that of the opposition India bloc. Even as Sitaram Yechuri, Sanjay Raut have openly refused to participate, invitations have been sent to Sonia Gandhi, which she accepted. Manmohan Singh, Mallikarjun Kharge, Nitish Kumar and Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary for the consecration ceremony. Let me tell you, there shall be huge drama until the run up to 22nd of January, which is the day of the inauguration and the consecration, over the invites, because you know why? This is the time to prove who is a real Hindu. We all need cards now to tell each other, I am a real Hindu, I am kind of Hindu, but I am not. What is this anyway? And that has become more than obvious in the case of Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. You know, a man who has the name of Ram in his name, Siddaramaiah, finds himself in the eye of the storm over Ram and the temple. So, let us look at a couple of things, which has happened with Siddaramaiah. First, former Karnataka minister and Congress leader Holalkere Anjaneya compared Siddaramaiah to Lord Ram. He said, and I am quoting him, Siddaramaiah himself is Ram, then why go and worship that Ram in Ayodhya temple? That is BJP's Ram. BJP does this for publicity, let them do. But you know, when yet another voice, Karnataka Minister D. Sudhakar, raked up a controversy claiming that the Ram Mandir's inauguration was a political stunt by the Bharatiya Janata Party, Siddaramaiah, the astute politician that he is, was quick to respond and said, we extend our total support to the construction of Sri Ram Mandir at Ayodhya. But it is the arrest of a Hindu activist who is around 51 years old, Srikanth Poojari, by the Karnataka police in Hubballi on Friday in connection with the 1992 riots in the lead up to the Babri Masjid demolition, which has got Siddaramaiah in a serious conundrum.
Yeah, naturally, is targeting Hindu Karyakartas, reopening Hindu Karyakarta cases. So, in Rama Mandira issue, the Rama Mandira is inaugurated in 22nd. So, on that time, nobody in Karnataka to pray Rama, to pray God. That is, I think, Siddaramaiah stand. He belongs to always his ideology or Tipu ideology. That's why he targeting the Hindu Karyakarta.
The arrest of this man on your screen right now, Srikanth Poojary, happened 31 years after a case was filed against him based on a case of arson reported at Hubballi a day before the December 6, 1992 demolition of the Babri Masjid by car sevaks.
Around 13 cases pertaining to bootlegging, then riot cases, then OC Matka cases, and 41D CRPC cases, along with 3 PAR. PAR means preventive action report we have taken up. So as of now, we haven't received any letter asking for permission.
After you heard that, officer, let me tell you, it's about the timing, viewers. It's not so much about the legality of it. I refuse to go into the legality of it. This arrest of Poojary has sparked off a political slugfest in the state. The Bharatiya Janata Party took to the streets as they had warned. Party State Chief B.Y. Vijendra said, and I am quoting him here, arresting Poojary at a time when crores of Hindu activists are eagerly awaiting the inauguration of the Ram temple reflects the anti-Hindu stance of the Congress. The BJP, like I said, took to the streets. If you have visuals of those protests, let them actually put it out for the viewers right now. So, I am asking you, is Siddaramaiah facing the biggest political dilemma over the Ram temple? Those are the visuals of the protest, and I am asking you that question yet again. Is Siddaramaiah facing the biggest political dilemma over the Ram temple? Is the arrest of Srikanth Poojary a process or a well-timed response by Siddaramaiah? Before I introduce you to the experts, I want you, ladies and gentlemen, and I am facing this camera to show you that I will of course be joined by guests, but what we are talking today, vendetta politics over Lord Ram? That's the question I am asking. And now let me introduce you to the guests. Dr. Baswaraj Itnal, senior journalist, is joining us. T.S. Sankeert, spokesperson for the BJP. Vijay Grover, senior journalist, and Satya Prakashji, who is a spokesperson for the KPCC. A very, very warm welcome to all of you here. I'll first go to the journalist and then perhaps go to the respective spokesperson. Dr. Itnal, very, very difficult situation for Siddaramaiah, as it were. Look at the flip-flops he's made. If you remember his very famous, what he said in the assembly once many years ago, that Siddaramaiah, he said, Ram is my middle name, so don't even tell me anything about it. But this seems, again, I am not going into the legality. If you look at the timing, Dr. Itnal, this looks like Siddaramaiah's way of getting back and trying to stymie the impact of the Ram temple consecration scheduled for 22nd.
Sudha, this entire controversy is eminently avoidable because, the man in question, the accused Poojary, had been out for 32 years and it wouldn't have harmed the law and order in the state if he was out for another few months more. It wouldn't have mattered much because whatever the legality or even the ideology of it, not only legality, even ideology, whatever the ideology behind it, it is bad timing because BJP is an expert in using the religious card, and Siddaramaiah has no business, it's bad politics to serve that card to them. At this point in time, there is parliament election coming up. So Siddaramaiah would have played safer because it is election year for parliament, and again, this is a favorite game plan of BJP. Number one. Number two, why Siddaramaiah did it? Because few weeks ago, one RSS functionary, Kalladka Prabhakar Bhatt, he made a comment saying that Muslim women want a husband or they have a husband one at a day. They need a husband every day, different husband every day. That's a comment made by Bhatt. But when there was an FIR filed against him by a Muslim lady, what Karnataka government did? Parameshwar is the home minister. This is a government by Ahinda, minorities and backward classes government. This is. And what the Siddaramaiah government did in the court? They sent an advocate who said that we will not arrest Karnataka Prabhakar Bhatt. So please, there is no question of any revocation of the FIR. So that has sent a lot of bad messaging. And to somehow to correct that, probably I guess it's my loud thinking. That's all. Probably that's why Siddaramaiah took this measure of arresting this Poojary, which again is going to boomerang on electoral prospects of parliamentary polls in Karnataka.
Very well said, Dr. Itnal, as opening comments. Vijay Grover, Dr. Itnal put the things pretty much like what I thought. It's going to boomerang. Very bad move by Siddaramaiah. Also his flip-flop on hijab. Recently, Vijay Grover, let's not forget, one says something, the other, speaking with folk tongue as it were. Do you think that this is just a case of bad timing as it were? Also these things about, oh, he's greater than Ram, he is Lord Ram himself. What kind of sycophancy is this? Anyway, go on.
Well, Sudhasi, one thing what baffles me in this particular case is the timing of this. Why it has come, like Dr. Idnal also said. But the fact is, the fact that for 31 years this case was not closed by either party, either the police department which filed the cases, or the man himself. Because his lawyers could have always had the option of moving the ADR, which is the alternate dispute resolution format, where long pending cases can be closed because there is no evidence, or the prosecution could not produce evidences. And the fact that it was not closed by even the accused is something which baffles me, that for 31 years maybe he carried it as a badge for his political prospects, or for whatever reasons, that he did not want a closure in the case. In this particular case, there were 31 accused, and the fact that the BJP is fighting only for one of them and not the 30 others is the other surprising element, that when the FIR was filed, it was filed against a group of 31 people, and the fact that we are making a case only of this one man, Srikanth Poojary, and not the other 30, that also is a very surprising element in this. Now, who did it at this juncture? Why did the magistrate take it up, or why did the police department take it up at this time to take suo motu action? Is it following the Supreme Court directive in October 2023 that this pending cases have to be closed, that it came up in that kind of a thing? Or was it a political messaging, as is being made out by Siddaramaiah or by the Home Minister, that this case was taken up for closing? Because several other cases in the district have been taken up along with this case. It's not that this particular case has been taken up for closure. There are several such cases which have been taken up for closure. So clearly this is something which baffles, but it has given the much needed arsenal to the BJP to take this on to Siddaramaiah. And that is something which could be, very contentious in the coming weeks and months, because the elections is not just few months, it's just few weeks away, when we could see the bugles being sounded for 2024.
Right.
How it will play out, certainly nobody knows. But, the timing is something which baffles me. That it is not as simple that the case being taken up at this juncture.
Yeah, it's out of tune.
I also want to make a point.
Go ahead.
I also want to make a point over here, is the fact that the political discourse is now coming down to such level that at a time when COVID cases are rising, we are seeing 300 cases in the last 10 days on an average daily. And, instead of taking steps like that, or the kind of announcement that was made by Siddaramaiah, that devolution to the 15th Pay Commission, Finance Commission, has done injustice to Karnataka, where every Karnataka should stand together, and representation has to be made to the 16th Finance Commission to do justice.
Right. Okay.
At this juncture, we are seeing, this kind of a political discourse take attention away from the real issue.
Right. But then the question I am asking, ladies and gentlemen, vendetta politics over Lord Ram. The timing is all wrong of Siddaramaiah. Why did he do it? What propelled him to do it? To perhaps lessen the impact of the consecration of Lord Ram, which is one of the biggest, I am saying it again, political events in the country. I am taking a break right now. Once I come back, I will go to Mr. Sankeert and then of course to Satya Prakash ji. So please stay with us.
Seeing is believing. Or is it? These are your favorite celebrities that you saw in the videos. But what if I told you that they are not?
Today, deepfake is one of the biggest challenges that the digital ecosystem is facing.
Cannot identify what is deepfake and what is real.
We have seen Rashmika Mandana go through the same thing, and this is becoming a common problem.
Everybody is going to be targeted.
The execution there's a laxity in our regulatory execution. In times to come, that is going to cost us a lot.
So before I took the break, this is my first story, the lead story, vendetta politics over Lord Ram. We are speaking in the context of Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and the arrest of Poojary. So let me now go to all the guests. Sankirt, let me come to you. Don't you think that today after the protest visuals, and we have loads of visuals. Sorry?
No, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me, Mr. Sankirt?
Sorry?
I can hear some other voice, Mr. Sankirt, not yours.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible. Yes.
Okay.
There seems to be
okay.
someone in your room. Maybe you can ask that person, request that person to keep quiet.
No, there is no one. There is no one.
All right.
Okay.
So, Mr. Sankirt, I want to ask you that today, the BJP has protested. Of course, there are lots of statements also which have been made, but the protest visuals, if we can put them up, the visuals are really coming out one after the other. Have you overreacted? Are you so insecure as a party? I mean, the consecration is going on. Prime Minister Modi is involved in it. Every day we run stories about something or the other. There are bhandaras there. Food is coming from different corners of this country. What is this one thing about Mr. Poojary that you're so insecure that you've hit the streets? And what did your government do? Why is it that he was supposed to be absconding and suddenly he's been resurrected also by you, Mr. Sankirt?
See, firstly, this is the nature of Congress, being anti-Hindu, anti-Ram, because they were the people who questioned the identity of Ram. That Ram is just an imaginable character, there is no such thing. These were the feelings which came out from the Congress. Secondly, this is not, if you see the series of events, during the time of Babri Masjid demolition, they ordered Golibar. Many of Karasevaks were killed during the Congress regime itself. So this is not the thing. And if you take Karnataka into instance, if you see 2000 to 2013 to 2018, when Siddaramaiah was the chief minister, he took cases which were serious offences from the PFI activists or the PFI Karyakartas. But he did, there were 47 of our Hindu Karyakartas murdered, no action was taken. In Karnataka, Congress means appeasement politics, Congress means anti-Hindu. And this case, I think this is a very, very wrong instance that from 31 years someone can't be absconding. Is the law and order in Karnataka so deteriorated?
Well, your government was also in power. Baswaraj
Exactly.
What did you do? Today it's very good to sit there and accuse the others. What were you doing?
Let me be clear. See, for 31 long years, you make a person absconding and suddenly he rakes up and you want to arrest him. Is this not vendetta politics? Is this not? See, and the minister very blatantly makes a stupid comparison that Siddaramaiah himself is Ram. So, what extent are you trying to?
You are, Mr. Sankirt, stick to one thought. Mr. Sankirt, you are actually telling me the Ramayana. You have to stick to one thought. Otherwise, you are going hither and thither.
Our thought is
let me tell you, as a practicing, let me tell you, for me, my Rama is a concept and is so great that little things like this is not going to make my Rama feel insecure.
This is
your government, for everything you stand up. How can you protect Rama? Rama should be protecting you, sir.
And suddenly you go and arrest him. Suddenly you go and arrest him, abscond.
That is right. You are on point. Yes. I agree.
You get
I
to
agree.
realize that
I agree there. But do not be the custodians of Ram. We are all small specks when it comes to Rama. Satya Prakash ji, Very, very bad timing, I must say, very ill calculated. I have said this, of course, the panelists are also saying this. What makes you arrest someone after 31 years, Srikanth Poojary? I mean, for God's sake, I am not going to talk about the legal aspect of it, but look at the timing of it all, and let me, please don't tell me that we cannot control the timing. Governments can do everything, sir. Go on.
Sudhaji,
Namaste.
BJP is in urgency to belittle the Congress government and is siding with proclaimed offenders. He is a proclaimed offender. He is a known criminal with 35 and more cases against him. The police commissioner of Hubballi-Dharwad is on record, you can see here. Today, it is a shame that BJP is siding with proclaimed offenders and known criminals and painting them as Ram Bhakts. Ram will hang his head in shame. If you call these criminal offenders who are bootleggers, he has around 20 bootlegging cases against him.
Okay.
He has a 504 case against him.
So under bootlegging, like Renuka ji said.
And calling such bootleggers as Ram Bhakts in itself and Kar Sevaks in itself shows the bigotry that BJP is up to.
Oh, come on. Satya Prakash ji, I never tend to, please, let's, I don't want to shout. The Congress cannot have this holier than thou attitude. You've done soft Hindutva to the hilt. And Sajjan Kumar, who was an accused in 1984 riots. No, you said it. You are calling him a bootlegger, but why is it that his arrest?
Bootlegging against him.
All
right.
All right.
There are cases of bootlegging against him. I will give the case numbers if you want.
I don't want the case numbers. Let's go to Dr. Itnal. No, this is unnecessary for the show. Why should I have case number? I'm not an investigating officer here. Mr. Itnal, Dr. Itnal, let me come to you. Dr. Itnal, the point is that if he is a bootlegger, then it's very well, one can do it. But then whatever reports you and I, after all, we've not seen the charge sheet. We've not, like Mr. Satya Prakash was kind enough to tell me he will read out. I mean, why do I need it? The thing is that he has been arrested for arson, sir. 1992 December, Babri Masjid demolition. The petitioner, I have read the petitioner, I will not name him. He said that he destroyed, if we have those graphics actually, if that can come up, who's the petitioner, around how much money, he said my shops were looted, destroyed and everything. So what is the Congress talking about? I think it is just very, very desperate, scared of losing the Muslim vote. This is the only way to, this is appeasement politics in another way. It's not as if they are holier than thou. They are equally culpable, sir, is what my point is.
It is appeasement, no doubt about it. But I have no reason to doubt the accusation on Mr. Poojary. Had he been a rioter, I have no reason to doubt that. Had he been a bootlegger, I have no reason to doubt that. But I doubt the government's intention. In 1992, Bangarappa was the chief minister, Congress chief minister. Then there was Veerappa Moily. Then there was S.M. Krishna. Then there was Siddaramaiah. Then there was Dharam Singh. So many Congress governments could not find just one accused. Who was living in Kasbapet in the same police station jurisdiction. They could not trace him. What a joke. Did he abscond to another country? Wow, did he go to London? Did he go to Dubai? He was there in the right, there in the police station jurisdiction. Not in Hubballi-Dharwad, only in the very jurisdiction he was there. And what crimes is accused of? All the crimes are cognizable. Rioting is a cognizable offense. So what is the police doing? They're sleeping all these years? This commissioner that we're talking about, probably she was in primary school when this happened. So what are our seniors doing? What was Karnataka police doing?
Absolutely right. I know, Dr. Itnal nailed it. He said, what a joke. In what I'm saying, it is of course a joke. Vijay Grover, before I go to Sankirt, I'm going to ask you, Congress, we all know the history of Congress. I mean, they've also played, dono side ke dhol bajaye in logon ne, like we say in Hindi back here in Delhi, ki dono taraf se dholki bajate hain log. The thing is that soft Hindutva, when it comes to that, They are not somebody who've kept, you know, you saw Bajrang Bali. They all went to Anjaneya temple and said, oh, Bajrang Bali is ours, he was born here, la la la, everything now. I just think it's basic hypocrisy. Like, you know, the Congress spokesperson Satyaprakash ji is saying that, listen, he's a bootlegger, fine. Then why is it that his arrest is being actually publicized as somebody who was accused of arsoning during Babri Masjid demolition, Vijay Grover? Don't you think that there is a trick here? It is mischief there.
Certainly. As I earlier said, Sudha, the fact that, you know, this case is very baffling. As Dr. Itnal also said, this is a station bail case where somebody could have done a surety, his advocate could have done it, and the matter would have goes to the police station itself. There is no reason for arrest in this kind of a case until unless there is something which is more serious than just arson or a writing case. Now, the second thing over here is, as you earlier also said, that, you know, the timing is what is very surprising. Why this case was taken up now, and along with several other cases. Now, clearly, the political discourse, not just in the Congress, but the BJP also, is now shifting away from hard issues to which people are seeking answers. And that is something where, you know, I sometimes suspect that, you know, even the BJP wants to keep everybody engaged with this kind of, you know, show of strength, because we have a new LOP, we have a new party president who are now practically demonstrating their, you know, clout or, you know, the influence that they wield within the party. And that is something where, you know, these kind of cases come up and support, give them the kind of support that they need.
All right.
But for Siddaramaiah, the fact that, you know, he let this happen, maybe his advisors did not advise him rightly, was clearly mischief at the end of it, that he wanted attention to move away from serious issues like, you know, will GK replace him, or are there other issues where, you know, he has no answers to? So this is something where, you know,
it's absolutely.
It's a red herring which is being thrown at us.
Absolutely, very well said, red herring. And I think this is kind of unnecessary bravado shown by Mr. Siddaramaiah for what? To stymie the activity which is going on in Ayodhya for 22nd of January. Ladies and gents, time for me to take my second break, and after the break, I go to Satyaprakash of the Congress party and also Sankeet of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Do not go away. We are discussing the vendetta politics against Lord Ram with a question mark. Coming back to you in a jiffy. Don't go away.
Bangalore Traffic is an example of something that has gone wrong with our system.
We have more than 50 flyovers in Bangalore city. If flyover is a solution to traffic problem, Bangalore should not have traffic problem.
According to TomTom Traffic Index 2022, Bangalore is ranked as the second worst city in the world when it comes to traffic.
The speed limit at the ORR is 80 kilometers per hour, but our vehicle has only moved 10 kilometers per hour.
What Bangalore needs is a surgery, but what we have been offered repeatedly are band-aids.
Only on the world's first news OTT. News 9 Plus, ahead of the curve.
The scale of the attack was something that we were surprised at. David Hadley was a double agent. The Americans did not want him to be fully exposed, so all that he probably shared with the Americans was not shared with us in terms of intelligence. If we had that, I'm sure that we would have been able to deal with the situation far better.
This and more streaming on world's first news OTT, News 9 Plus. Download now.
Welcome back. The South Indian is here. Our main story is that which you see right there on the wall, vendetta politics over Lord Ram, and this is in the context of Chief Minister of Karnataka, Siddaramaiah. Let me now go to the experts, and like I had said before I took a break, let me now go to Satyaprakash, who is the spokesperson for the KPCC. Mr. Satyaprakash, after that, what I perceive and many people will perceive in years to come as a self-goal by Siddaramaiah ji, what is the stand now, considering that Sonia Gandhi has said on record that she will go? What is the Congress party thinking if Mallikarjun Kharge ji has also been extended an invitation, but if Siddaramaiah, who said that if an invitation give it to me, I will go. So what is the party stand right now, or there is still more confusion about going to Ayodhya, the so-called birthplace of Lord Rama?
Before we talk on Lord Rama, let me come back to this case first. Okay. We all need to understand that this is an LPC, long pending case. Nearly 32 people are arrested, not just this guy. When all these cases, when the accused don't appear in the court gives an undertaking asking the SP of that area to apprehend these guys, and 32 people were apprehended. This guy is one among them, and BJP, God bless BJP, they are terming a known offender, a proclaimed criminal, a bootlegger as a Ram Bhakt. God bless them. If Ram has this sort of buts, long live Ram. Now let me come back to the topic that you have raised. Today, BJP has not built this temple. This temple is not built by RSS. Ram belongs to everyone. Ram belongs to whole of India. It was BJP who brought Lord Ram to the streets. Okay, it is Supreme Court's judgment that the Ram temple has been built. An invite has been given to the Congress party, and the Congress party in all probability will go there as representatives of a party which has ruled a large number of years the land where Ram belongs. What is wrong in it? Yes, we will go.
Look at your words. Satyaprakash ji, you should actually play this show back, because when you say Congress party ruled the place where Lord Rama resides, I mean, if you mean Uttar Pradesh, when was the last when there was a Congress party?
Ram just doesn't belong to Uttar Pradesh or Ayodhya. Ram belongs to everyone. Right. Even in my village, there is a Ram temple. My father also has built a Ram temple. Siddaramaiah's village also there is a Ram temple. We are looking at Ram as a secular idol of this country.
Okay.
Here today, Ram is arrested in the hands of few communal and fascists.
But then the word, I agree with all the points you made, Satyaprakash ji. But self-goal by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah ji, for sure he could have dealt with it much better than what he has done. After all, BJP, after all proclaimed offender, they also came to know. Never allow. Okay, Sankeet, please go ahead. You were raising your hand. I am just saying that you, let me make a point, ladies and gentlemen, what Mr. Prakash is saying, that, you know, proclaimed offender, all that is fine. I mean, it's not like Hanumana went and whispered into the BJP's ear, he's a proclaimed offender. I mean, I'm just taking a punt at, you know, mythology. They are the ones who went to town saying, oh, he's been arrested for the Babri Masjid demolition case. That's it. Sankeet, please go ahead.
I think if Congress bigotry had a face, it is the Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee. Why is the spokesperson so responding that in Karnataka, a Dalit woman was stripped naked and paraded? No one was arrested until the court gave an order. And in Anganwadi worker was, her nose was spotted, and she was also, the accused have not been arrested. Straight away, you go to a long pending case and arrest a Ramba. If he is a criminal or whatever his background is, that is not the concern. He arrested him in a case for the 1992 Babri demolition case, who is a Ram Bhakt. So this is the thing. So the Congress, is this not appeasement? Is this not anti-Hindu nature? You go and say that you are going and announcing thousands of crores to the Muslim people. There is no 2,000 rupees, the farmers' compensation. What you have announced does not reach the farmers. So this is the kind of a double standard from the Congress
Sankeet,
party.
I have completely run out of time. But a last bit, I must be much older than you. Only those who have agitated, for the Ram temple are not Bhaks. I'm a
No,
bhakt too.
Ram is a universal.
Do not define only Kar Sevaks as bhakt. We all like our own Rama. Kamba Ramayanam, whether it is Valmiki Ramayanam, Tulsidasa, the BJP will not define it for us. On that note, thank you very much. On that note, I think we should all be like Rama, Maryada Purushottam, where we are decent and calm. Therefore, my thanks are due to all the guests, who were on my show, Vijay Grover, Dr. Itnal, Satyaprakash and Sankeet. The second story is something which is extremely interesting. It's about a star, and here is a star who has done several films, and you can see it on the wall. Maybe I should take a small break and come back and then tell you this exciting story. Wait for me now.
Pakistani spy agency ISI's sinister plan to target India. Training women to honey trap top civil and military officials. Counter honey trapping ops initiated by India. But gullible victims still caught in the web. Top military intelligence experts break down the web of deception. Colonel Hani Bakshi explains the phenomena of honey trap.
जहाँ पे भी आपको लगेगा, उनको लगेगा कि there is a person who is susceptible to women, who's making a lot of women friends on the social media. That is where they will make a spoof account and then start luring the person.
Colonel Pavitran Rajan decodes the psyche of the victim and the predator.
But when you go up the chain, no one enforces it to people at the top. That disciplinary regime and the security regime is not enforced at the top. And they usually have a public profile where it is much more easier to approach that person.
A News9 special on how modern technology has added teeth to the ancient spying tactic.
Our story takes you inside Pakistan's honey trap machine.
This and more, streaming on world's first news OTT, News9 Plus. Download now.
The South Indian is back, and I am not going to say anything. Just look at that wall. Look at that wall. Prabhas soars with Salar. Do we have to say anything else? You know, in the history of Telugu cinema, never before has a star ruled other regional markets with such elan, especially the Hindi-speaking belt. His name is Prabhas, and he is undoubtedly the highest paid superstar in the country today. It's a well-known secret that his last outing, Adi Purush, Prabhas was paid close to 150 crores, way more than many superstars in the Hindi film industry. Imagine Prabhas is the only star to have 5 huge pan-Indian films under his belt with Adi Purush, Radhe Shyam, Salar, Spirit and Project K. The actor has over 1500 crores riding on his projects. You can't get bigger than that. The man does not rest. That's what experts on cinema say. While megastars adhere to roles and images that garner them definite hits, that I will only do this kind of a role, I will not do that kind of a role, Prabhas breaks the mold each time and essays roles that range from mythologies, action, rom-coms, science fiction. Well, Prabhas has aced it yet again at the box office in Prithviraj Sukumaran's latest release, Salar. Part 1 Ceasefire, directed by Prashant Neel, as the film has entered the 625 crore club worldwide within just 10 days of its release. Prabhas, who plays the character of Deva, strode over the box office and Salar became the go-to film even on New Year's Day. Salar released on 22nd December and since then has stayed right on top, maintaining a robust performance at the box office. On day 11, the film's estimated net collection surpassed rupees 15.50 crores in India, bringing the 11-day total to an impressive rupees 360.77 crores at the domestic box office. Guess what? Salar is only 25 crores away from crossing Rajamouli's Bahubali collections of 650 crore worldwide. And it is therefore no surprise that Prabhas is indeed the darling of the box office. After that great piece of news on Salar and Prabhas, we're going to show you a special documentary because the show must go on, as you well know. In 1985, Air India 182 was bombed by Khalistani terrorists, which killed all 329 passengers. 38 years later, will Canada let history repeat itself? Wait and watch. The eating is in the pudding, as it were. So after this, straight away, go to that documentary. As of now, the South Indian says, Namaskaram, it is so satisfying to be with you and speak about politics, entertainment and trends. The South Indian. Keep watching Weeknights at
Hi Shannon, Air India 182, good morning. Air India 182, good morning. Squawk to 2005, cleared for London. Air India 182.